Have you ever noticed how some people continue living with strength, clarity, and independence well into their 80s and 90s, while others begin experiencing decline decades earlier? Even though they seem to live similar lives, they eat similar meals, they take their medications, they follow their routines, yet the outcomes are so different. What if the difference isn't in their genetics or luck, but in something far simpler? Something most people overlook? Because researchers from some of the world's leading institutions, Harvard, Stanford, and even scientists who study long life communities like Okinawa and Sardinia are discovering something surprising. The first hour of your day may be the most powerful hour of your entire life. Long before your first sip of coffee, before breakfast, before you've even sat up fully in bed, your body has already begun setting in motion the signals that will either protect your health or quietly accelerate aging. It sounds unbelievable at first, but aging doesn't begin with the big events. It begins with the tiny habits we repeat every single morning. And unfortunately, many older adults are unknowingly doing things each morning that drain their energy, slow their metabolism, blur their memory, or add stress to their heart. Not because they're doing something wrong, but because no one ever taught them what their body actually needs at the start of the day. For decades, we were told that breakfast was important, that vitamins mattered, that a little movement was good, but nobody explained just how critical the first hour truly is. That's about to change. In today's video, you're going to discover 7 simple morning habits shared by some of the healthiest elders on earth. People who remain mentally sharp, physically steady, and emotionally grounded well into their 90s. These habits don't require expensive equipment, complicated routines, or huge lifestyle changes. In fact, every single one takes just a few minutes. But together, they support your brain, your heart, your muscles, your digestion, your mood, and even your longevity. They help reset your internal clock, lower inflammation, improve blood flow, and give your body the chance to heal rather than hurry. One of my favorite examples is someone I'll call Raymond. He's 94 today, still doing his own shopping, still walking his dog, still fully independent. But he wasn't always this way. At 66, he was battling high blood pressure, early memory lapses, aching joints, and doctors telling him to expect a gradual decline. But instead of giving up, Raymond became curious. He started learning about longevity, especially what long-living elders do differently. And what surprised him most was how many of these powerful habits happened before breakfast. He didn't change everything overnight. He simply added small morning routines. And within a few months, everything began shifting. When I asked him what made the biggest difference, he told me, "What I do before breakfast is the reason I'm still here. So if you're over 60 or love someone who is, this could truly be a turning point." What you learn today isn't about perfection. It's about beginning. Because the first hour after waking up may be the key to living longer, feeling better, and staying independent for many years to come. And we're going to start with something incredibly simple, yet shockingly powerful. What you drink the moment you wake up. Before your coffee, before your chores, before anything else. Let's begin with habit number 1. The first habit begins with something so simple that most people overlook its power entirely. Drinking water before anything else. While you're asleep, your body works quietly through the night, repairing tissues, filtering your blood, and keeping your organs running without a break. But you aren't drinking during all those hours, which means by morning, your body is thirsty, even if you don't feel it. Your blood becomes thicker. Your kidneys have to work harder, and your heart begins the day under unnecessary strain. Doctors call this morning blood sludging, a state many adults fall into every day without realizing it. That's why the very first thing your body needs is hydration. Raymond, the 94-year-old I mentioned earlier, Learned this at 66 when his doctor gently suggested he drink 1 glass of room temperature water each morning before standing up. He began leaving a glass on his nightstand each night, and over time, the change was remarkable. His blood pressure steadied, his mind felt clearer, his digestion improved, and he felt more awake without depending on caffeine. Science now confirms that hydrating immediately after waking thins the blood, supports kidney function, improves circulation, and gives your heart a calmer start to the day. It's a small act, but a deeply caring one, a reminder that sometimes strength begins with something as simple as water. The second habit involves something even more natural: morning light. You may not realize it, but your body depends on sunlight to know when to wake up fully and when to prepare for sleep later. For many older adults, the internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, begins to drift. Without regular morning light, your brain can become confused about what time it truly is. That's what happened to Margaret, a sweet 76-year-old widow who struggled with sleepless nights and groggy mornings for years. Her grandson, a medical student, suggested she step outside each morning for just 10 minutes. She didn't exercise. She didn't meditate. She didn't scroll her phone. She simply sat on her porch and let the soft morning light fall on her face. Morning light boosts serotonin, the mood-lifting hormone, and helps the body produce melatonin at night. It improves cognitive function, reduces stress, and helps regulate the hormones that influence appetite and energy. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is stronger than anything indoors. It's a simple ritual that gently tells your brain, it's morning now, you're safe, and the day can begin. The third habit is gentle movement before breakfast, a concept many elders were never taught. Most people assume exercise must be intense to matter, but in reality, the first few minutes after waking are not about strength. They're about circulation and mobility. This is when your joints are stiffest, your muscles are coldest, and your balance is most vulnerable. A retired bus driver named Harold learned this the hard way when he was told he'd need knee replacement surgery soon. His joints were painfully tight, and he felt older than his years. But a physical therapist shared something simple: move before you eat. Not a workout, just light, intentional motion. So Harold began doing slow ankle rotations, gentle knee bends, and a bit of stretching by his window every morning. To his surprise, within months the stiffness reduced, his balance improved, and his doctor postponed the surgery indefinitely. Morning movement activates autophagy, the cellular cleanup process that removes damaged cells and reduces inflammation. It wakes up the muscles that stabilize you, warms the joints, and helps regulate blood sugar before the first meal. Even seated movements count. The goal isn't sweat. It is awakening the body in a soft and respectful way. The fourth habit focuses on something much deeper: the breath. Many older adults wake up with a sense of pressure in their chest, a restless feeling in the mind, or a sense of uncertainty about the day. Stress becomes a silent companion, shaping the body long before breakfast is even served. That's exactly what happened to Eileen, a gentle 72-year-old who carried years of emotional weight from caregiving and loss. Her daughter introduced her to a simple breathing pattern called the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Each morning, after a glass of water and a moment by the window, she practiced just 4 rounds. The change was extraordinary. Her heart rate slowed, her anxiety dropped, her digestion improved, her sleep deepened. Why? Because this breath pattern activates the vagus nerve, the system that signals your body to shift from stress mode into healing mode. In just 30 seconds, your nervous system begins to calm, your muscles loosen, your mind clears. Breath is medicine, available anytime, anywhere, without cost or consequence. It's a bridge between your emotions and your physical health, restoring balance at the very start of the morning. The fifth habit involves rethinking breakfast itself. For decades, breakfast meant toast, cereal, pastries, or something sweet. Foods that feel comforting, but create a spike and crash cycle in the body. George, a 68-year-old who believed he was doing everything right, began experiencing blood sugar swings, mid-morning fatigue, and unexplained aches. After being diagnosed as pre-diabetic, his nutritionist suggested one quiet change: focus on protein and fiber. So he replaced his toast and jam with 2 scrambled eggs, a small bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds, and a handful of blueberries. Within weeks, his blood sugar stabilized, his energy lasted longer, and the soreness in his joints eased. Protein supports muscle repair and steady energy, while fiber slows digestion, reduces inflammation, and supports gut health, something deeply connected to immune strength and longevity. A balanced breakfast doesn't require complicated recipes. It simply needs intention, because the first meal of your day sets the metabolic tone for everything that follows. The 6th habit may surprise you because it has nothing to do with food, exercise, or supplements. It's human connection. Loneliness is more than an emotion. It has physical effects. Studies show it can affect the body almost as strongly as smoking. When Darlene, an 81-year-old living alone after losing her husband, began isolating without realizing it, her health quietly declined. Her appetite weakened, her sleep suffered, and she felt constantly tired. Then one small moment changed everything. A neighbor invited her for coffee on the porch. That tiny interaction sparked a shift. She began greeting neighbors, calling her sister, chatting briefly with the mail carrier. 10 minutes a morning, nothing more. Her mood brightened, her blood pressure improved, and her doctor noticed stronger heart rate patterns. Human connection releases oxytocin and serotonin, chemicals that protect the heart, strengthen the immune system, and reduce stress. It doesn't require long conversations or emotional vulnerability. Even a brief "good morning" can reshape your day. The 7th habit is one of the most powerful: a 2-minute gratitude ritual. Life is full of aches, losses, and changes, and for many older adults, those realities weigh heavily in the morning. But gratitude, especially gratitude directed toward your own body, shifts your nervous system in profound ways. Patricia, a 74-year-old managing high blood pressure and anxiety, had tried everything her doctor recommended, yet still felt overwhelmed. In a workshop, she learned a simple practice common among elders in long-living communities. Place your hand over your heart each morning and name 3 parts of your body you're thankful for. Not in general terms, but with warmth and sincerity. She began thanking her eyes for letting her read, her hands for holding her morning tea, her heart for beating steadily through every hardship. Within weeks, her stress hormones dropped, her heart rhythm improved, and her emotional resilience grew stronger. Gratitude activates brain regions connected to calmness, optimism, and healing. And morning is when the brain is most receptive. Those 2 minutes set the emotional tone for the entire day and help the body shift from fear into trust, from stress into peace. These 7 habits: hydration, light, gentle movement, mindful breathing, intentional breakfast, human connection, and morning gratitude, aren't random wellness tips. They form a rhythm, a sequence that supports the body from the inside out. They help stabilize the heart, strengthen the brain, soothe the nervous system, support muscle health, and awaken the spirit. Each habit is small on its own, but together they shape the way aging feels. Lighter, steadier, calmer, more connected, and more purposeful. And the beauty is that none of them require perfection. You don't need to perform all 7 every day. Even practicing 1 or 2 consistently can create meaningful change. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to take a quiet moment with yourself and notice something important. If even one part of you felt a spark of recognition while listening, a gentle reminder to drink water, a memory of standing in the sun, a breath that felt calmer than usual, then something inside you is already changing. These habits are not rules. They're invitations. They invite you to greet the morning with intention instead of rushing, with softness instead of strain, and with care instead of habit. The first hour of your day is a doorway, and how you step through it shapes everything that follows. Your energy, your mood, your memory, your strength, and the way you move through the world. And the beautiful truth is that you don't have to transform your life all at once. You only have to begin. One glass of water, one breath, one moment of sunlight, one quiet thank you whispered to your own body. Over time, these small choices weave into something bigger: steadier health, calmer mornings, and a deeper sense of connection to the life you're still living and building. So as tomorrow morning arrives, before the noise of the day finds you, I hope you remember how much power rests in those first simple moments. You can choose to ground yourself, nourish yourself, and care for yourself in ways that your future self will appreciate more than you know. And if this message gave you even a small sense of peace or hope for the days ahead, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments, or simply type the word HOPE so others know they're not walking this journey alone. If you'd like more gentle guidance like this, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Together, we're not just learning how to live longer, we're learning how to live with more meaning, more steadiness, and more compassion for ourselves. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here, and may tomorrow morning greet you gently.